To many, mixed martial artists are seen as athletes who push their bodies to its physical boundaries in order to compete in a demanding sport. In addition to physical excellence, a fighter's mental disposition must also be in peak form for combat. Both Diego Sanchez and Paulo Thiago are tough competitors who personify these qualities. Known for his pre-fight intensity, Sanchez made his way into the public eye after defeating Kenny Florian to win the first season of The Ultimate Fighter. Sanchez subsequently knocked off a number of top contenders in the welterweight division before hitting the first roadblock of his career, suffering from back-to-back losses against two AKA products. Training alongside prestigious jiu-jitsu professors Saulo and Janji Ribeiro, Sanchez would rebound and become a true threat upon venturing into the lightweight division.
Shanji is the best in the world, and possibly, arguably, the best ever to compete in the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Six-time world champion. You know, it doesn't get better than that.
Então, o Diego Sanchez, eu consegui, eu ajudei ele fiz um camping junto com ele, eu ajudei ele na luta dele com o Clay Guida. Um atleta excepcional, um atleta que sobe no ringue e se transforma.
Sanchez would encounter the second roadblock of his career after failing to capture the lightweight title from BJ Penn and subsequently losing to John Hathaway upon returning to the welterweight category. Following the losses, Sanchez would return to his roots in New Mexico alongside Greg Jackson.
I don't know if Thiago can keep up with his intensity. You know, I think that'll be a long fight. I think that fight is going to go to decision. If it goes to decision, I think Diego has a great chance to win.
With two straight losses plaguing the self-proclaimed Zen master, Sanchez finds himself in a do-or-die predicament, something his opponent has enough experience with. Typically, one associates the city of Rio de Janeiro with hot sun and sandy beaches, but there's one side of the city of God that paints a different picture. Rio's slums, known as the favelas, have become a breeding ground for some of Brazil's most violent criminals. And it is here where BOPE, a special forces unit specializing in urban warfare and counter-terrorism, ply their craft. Though Paulo Thiago is not the first military soldier to enter mixed martial arts, his activeness acts as a secret weapon inside of the octagon. It was under the BOPE organization that the Brazilian native acquired a variety of hand-to-hand combat skills and honed his discipline. Thiago has proven to be a difficult opponent since entering the UFC, having only lost to John Fitch and Martin Kampmann by decision. With a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, the Brazilian possesses a competent ground game and has demonstrated knockout power after defeating current #1 welterweight contender Josh Koscheck in his UFC debut. With both Sanchez and Thiago coming off a loss, each man will try to get back to the win column and create a new path to victory. The well-rounded Sanchez is always a stiff test for any opponent, but the same can be said about Thiago, a man who proudly walks around the dangerous streets of Rio with the BOPE crest on his chest and an M16 in his hand. While fight night is on Saturday, it'll be back to work on Monday morning, ready to take on the next challenge.